Alright, so let's start exploring this place. Okay, so we can't scan it back from this direction. Whoa, hello there. This is a blog. Incredibly durable aquatic predator. Powerful, fast-moving water dweller. Outer hide is impervious. Heavy weapon hits will only aggravate it. Its mouth, however, is vulnerable to damage. Oh, and we got 60% of all logbook scans. The best way to deal with these things: aggravate it, and then once it starts charging at you, hit its mouth with a missile. That should kill it. Here's where I need to go. Now this is the first of 3 locks that we have to scan and activate. Disengage all locks to gain access to secure area. So that's 1 down. Got 2 more to go. They won't be as easy to reach as that one was, though. Jump back into the water. Down to this platform. Because now we can get on here. And it leads to another missile expansion. Just sitting there waiting for us. Music seems to have changed. Oh dear. This doesn't look good. Oh look, it's our pal Dark Samus. Quite clearly still alive, to no one's surprise. And it essentially just came here to mock us, just letting us know that she was still alive. We'll definitely run into her again sometime soon. Alright, so I think we need to take out these things. Gotcha. That activates the spinner. Now, at this point, you could actually rotate the floor one of 2 ways. You could either follow the red path to the east. No, wait. No, you could follow the red path to the east, or you could follow the blue path to the west. It doesn't really matter which way you go first, because you have to go both ways anyway. But I usually go east first. So, let's head that way. Some lore to read in here. We were not prepared to fight a long war. The forces of the enemy outnumbered ours vastly. We sought a way to end the war quickly without extended combat. We decided to build a device to recover our lost planetary energy from Dark Aether. Without this energy, the Dark World would cease to be, and our world would be restored to stability. That's an interesting kinetic orb cannon. Now there's nothing we can do in here at the moment, but once we get a certain upgrade a little bit later, we should be able to get another expansion or energy tank in this place. But for now, we'll leave it be. this is how we get up out of the water. Now if you check out this door here, this is a door type that we haven't actually seen yet. A mix of light and dark energy may damage it. So that's obviously a beam that we don't have yet. I see more lore up here. The new terror. In time, the Ing began to possess Luminoff as well as creatures. Friends and family members became the enemy, spilling Luminoff blood across the land. Desperate, we devised shielding to prevent Ing possession. It was effective, but not perfect. Should the shielding fail, all Luminoff were prepared to self-terminate rather than become a weapon for the Ing. Now that's quite sad. But better than becoming a weapon for the Ing, that's for sure. So let's head down this path. Oh, hey, these things. What are they called again? Oh yeah, Bridskis. A blogling. Youthful, aggressive blog. We'll use a ram attack if provoked. So there's the second lock activated. Just one more to go. Now we essentially gotta go back the way we went earlier, through this door. Because we need to be going west this time instead of east. Seed Burster. Exploding swarm of plant forms. Roaming pack of small volatile plants expel seeds with great force when agitated. So they're kind of like the beetles of this game. Only they shoot stuff at you too. There we go. So let's make our way west. Now getting to this next lock that we have to activate isn't going to be quite as simple as the other two. There's just a bit more involved in unlocking it. Alright, that's made of benzium. This is a concealed movement pad. Pad designed to confuse the Ing. Shoot light crystal on lower surface to flip the pad over. Okay then. Gotcha. There's also some more lore hidden here underwater. Our studies of the Ing revealed the source of their attacks as dark energy. We built weapons to use this energy, thinking it could overload enemy targets and eliminate them. We soon learned our error, as the dark beam was not of great effect on the Ing. We then began to develop a weapon that used light energy. This weapon would dispatch the Ing with terrible efficiency. Ooh, that it does. So it was the Luminoff that made the light and dark beams. So there's a dark portal behind that gate there. That's in a state of dimensional flux, so we can't really manipulate the laser here. Can't go through that door, but we can activate the bomb slide here. So that opens the gate, and now we have access to Dark Aether again. So let's go ahead and head on in there. Oh, great. More Dark Pirate Commandos. Something I didn't need to deal with. Oh, that's actually one dead. That was kind of lucky. So I think this is essentially the only way you can really kill these things at this point. Hope that they go into one of these energized beacons. And he's gone. So much for them. This barrier shield is indestructible. Find its control crystal and energize it to deactivate the barrier shield. Okay then. In this world, we can rotate the laser, which will in turn rotate it on regular Aether as well. And I think that's essentially all we need to do here. I think we can return to regular Aether again. Yep, so let's get out of here. To activate these things again. So what's that? What moving that laser has done is made that platform active there, which allows us to reach the kinetic orb cannon. This should lead us to the final lock that we need to unlock. Once these prees are out of the way, of course. Okay, and that's the last lock activated. Now that all three of the locks are done, it's opened up a new door for us. So let's head on down there, see where it leads. An Alpha Blog, Immense Blog Pack Leader. Enormous Water Dweller will fire sonic disruption blasts at foes. It has all strengths and weaknesses of its brethren. We're probably gonna have to fight that thing, I wager. I guess those things are just there in case you need to replenish your energy or ammo. There's the door. And in here we find the gravity boost, finally. So this thing is pretty cool. It's a little bit different from the gravity suit of the other games, but it essentially serves the same function. Gravity boost acquired. While underwater, press B to jump, press B again to double jump, and if you hold B, you'll slowly rise in the water. So essentially this thing is like an underwater jetpack. So not only does it give you a double jump, but then you can boost up for a couple seconds. In addition, we now have free movement in the water, and we can see clearly in the water as well. So that's definitely going to be a plus whenever we have to go for these areas now. However, you didn't think it was just going to give us that item, did you? We're going to have to fight now. You weren't going to get away with it that easily. So we'll have to fight this Alpha Blog first. Now you fight a blog the same way you would a regular blog. Only I would say, ooh, damn it. There we go. You just have to be a little bit quicker with the missiles this time. He's being kind of smart there. He's not opening his mouth when he's ramming. There we go. I think that hurt him. That definitely hurt him. Gotcha! Goodbye to the Alpha Blog. Overall, pretty easy boss if you know what you're doing. Now we'll need to use the gravity boost to get out of here. Like I said, it's kind of like an underwater jetpack. It's pretty cool, but in some ways I still kind of like the design of, like, the gravity suit and stuff. Now, if you look up here, there's a portal to Dark Aether, and we're gonna go through it. That leads us to our second temple key. And that is all we needed to go through that portal for. Because as you can see, the other doors in this room are blocked by power bomb doors. So not much point staying here. Definitely feels good to have the gravity boost back again.